Clinician scientists are like bridge builders, so essentially we kind of speak two different languages, one language of the doctors and the other of scientists. And what we aim to do is basically to take the very clever ideas of scientists and translate them into clinical solutions for our patients. Hi, I'm Simi. I'm a clinician scientist. So I work as a ophthalmologist at NUH where I see patients and operate. And I'm also a scientist by training, so I run a lab at A-Star. Actually, it was my father who encouraged me to be a clinician scientist. My father is neither a doctor nor a scientist, he's actually a businessman. But when I was very young, I told him that I want to be a doctor, and he basically told me, doctor can be quite boring because you do the same thing over and over again. Why don't you do science as well? So that was the first seed that he planted in my mind. And then ever since I was young, we always do experiments together. So we would like explore hydroponics, grow plants at home, try to see if we can change the circadian rhythm of a morning glory, buy pig's hearts to dissect together. I think that was really the passion that he was trying to kind of nurture in myself. So being a clinician scientist is really very challenging because it's like we're holding down two jobs, but we need to complete all the work within the 24 hours that we're given in a day. Often we feel like we need to kind of work 80% in a clinic and 80% in the lab.
I think the most important trait that what a clinician scientist needs definitely is perseverance, good determination, and lots of passion to what you do. It's never a bed of roses. There's always failures along the way. So you need to learn to fall and pick yourself up again. So actually, I looked up to Singy a lot.
The road is long, you really need a lot of perseverance to get through. So I think you need to have a very big passion for the work that you do, wanting to solve problems and bring new technologies to clinic to help your patients. So you always have to be out there trying to pave a way for yourself.
I interact with her in clinic, where she's actually very approachable, and I would say it's also been quite inspiring because she has managed to be both a very good clinician as well as a very outstanding scientist.
She's master of everything, and she is very motivated and driven to get it to where she is now.
So as a vitreoretinal surgeon, we see how some of the patients who have undergone retinal detachment surgery really struggle in the clinic. Because typically we inject either gas or oil into the eye to fill up the eyeball after the surgery. For gas, patients have to posture face down for a long time, up to 2 weeks, and this gives them a very severe neck ache. And if we inject oil into the eye, then they would have to do a second surgery to remove the oil. So one of our pet projects is Vitro Gel. What we hope to do with this novel gel is that patients no longer have to posture face down. They can see immediately post-operation, and they can also fly. And because it's biodegradable, they don't need a second surgery to remove the gel.
I was a clinician, a pure clinician with no basic science research background at all. While I needed the help of a basic scientist to be able to put forward my ideas or convert them into reality. While here is one brain which had both potentials within itself, and she was able to bring together her expertise in basic research and the clinician to our advantage. It's a team effort, no doubt, but you need a driving force, and Dr. Suzini has been the driving force. She has been, and she is even today, the driving force for the success of the entire project.
Often when you have the eureka moments, when you have a new discovery, that really gives you like an adrenaline rush, and sometimes I live for those moments as well. Fortunately, because I've got a very supportive family, my husband's very supportive of my work, and as well as I've got my family. My family is actually like a kampong taking care of my kids for me. So I think these are the things that help me to just keep on going. I think being a clinician scientist is a very privileged job because you're able to see patients and help them. But at the same time, when you see problems that cannot be solved in clinic, you can actually go back to your lab and try to come up with solutions to solve it. It's a very meaningful job, and more people should consider taking it up.